It is law of human life as certain as gravity. To live fully, we must learn to use things and love people and not love things and use people, said John Paul, a Jesuit priest and also a celebrated behavioral scientist. Well, the statement that he has made is it's as certain as gravity. To live fully, we must learn to use things and love people and not love things and use people. Well, it's as certain as gravity. There are certain phenomena we can never dispute at all, and one of them is gravity. You cannot say I don't believe in gravity because we experience gravity. So with all that certainty, he says it's law of human life as certain as gravity. To live fully, we must learn to use things and love people and not love things and use people. Probably many are doing the latter part of the statement, which says we love things and use people. We have certain needs. We want some materialistic comfort, certain materials which we think will make us happy. In order to get those things that apparently gives us happiness, we tend to manipulate, exploit, use people irrespective of the relationship. They tend to use people to get all those things that they want in life. Well, things are inanimate, they cannot reciprocate. Whereas human beings are animate, they've got emotions, they can reciprocate. For instance, if I tell this watch, a very good watch for me, it is multi-purpose because it's also got a stop clock. If I tell this watch, I love you, I love you, I love you, you're so dear to me, will this watch ever reciprocate its love? No way. But if I tell you, I love you, you might reciprocate or reject. The matter of fact is that you can discern. So, therefore, it's very, very important for us to love people and use things and not the other way around. Well, I'm sure all of you would have heard of this word called yoga. Whenever we think of yoga, we generally tend to think of a person sitting in a funny posture and breathing funnily. Well, that is hatha yoga. But the real meaning of the word yoga is union. Anything that you do which helps you to align, anything that you do which takes you closer to the source is called as yoga. So yoga means union. You must know, part always longs to be with the whole. There is a longing to be with the whole. You'll find on this planet there is so much of water, and you find all the waters are gushing. And gushing where? They are gushing towards the source, the ocean. Similarly, we being part, we are always longing to be the whole. You'll find a herd of cattle, and then you'll find one fellow stays away, and then in no time he comes jumping back into the herd because part always longs to be with the whole. And we are also longing for it. For instance, we always want to be happy in life. At any point in time, we always want to be happy in life. But whereas in other cases, we have a choice. Sometimes you want this, sometimes you want that. But when it comes to happiness, we always want to have happiness. For instance, let's say sometimes you like to be in the dark, and sometimes you like to be in the light. Sometimes you like to be with people, and sometimes you like to be alone. Sometimes you like to eat sweet, sometimes you want to taste bitter. Sometimes you want to have listen to fast music, sometimes soft music. That means you have a choice for all these aspects. But when it comes to happiness, have you ever chosen to say, sometimes I want to be miserable? No. The reason is we are embodiment of happiness, and therefore there's a longing for happiness. We always want to be happy in life. And it is also referred to that all prevalent power, we call it as Sat Chit Ananda. That means total existent, total consciousness, and total bliss. And we all aspire to have these three states of Sat, Chit, Ananda, because a part of that power is always within us. The part of that energy is within us, and we are a part, and therefore we always long for happiness. Well, every time when you do opposite to yoga, it's known as viyoga. Anything that you do out of selfishness is viyoga. Anything that you do out of greed is viyoga. So if yoga is a step forward in the right direction, viyoga is drawing you back, in the backward direction. That means there's a gap between you and the source, and more the gap, more and more the misery. But more and more the closest, more and more the power. So here we need to analyze what is our actions all about. So simple things you can always work on. Let's say you're sitting on a dinner table and all your family members are there, and there's a box of sweet, let's say laddu, and there are lots of laddus. Every laddu has got one cashew nut popping out, but in one laddu there is two cashew nut popping out. Now where will your hand go to? The one with the two, isn't it? If you can for a moment stop it and leave it for someone else to take it, you are performing yoga. You're going to a washroom, and there you find somebody has opened the tap, and then you also see it's open and you come away, you're performing yoga. But if you can close the tap, you are performing yoga. Simple. So small things if you can take care. There is electricity going on, there's lights burning, and there's a fan in an empty room. You also see it, and then if you walk away, you are performing yoga. But if you take that little time and commitment to switch it off when it is not needed, you are performing yoga. So therefore, analyze every action of yours. Is it actions performed by yoga or actions performed by yoga? And every time when you increase the action performed by yoga, you are aligning yourself and you're going to receive all that power to live your life. Well, let's take an example. Let's say there are two carton boxes. There's one box over here which is titled Actions Prompted by Selfishness. Another box over here, Actions Prompted by Love. Let's say in a day you do about 20 activities. 15 activities are actions prompted by selfishness, dropped in this box, and 5 activity prompted by love, dropped in this box. And now what's the score? You might say 15 minus 5, 10. I performed 10 yoga. No. For the actions prompted by love, you are going to receive the reward or the consequences. And for the action prompted by selfishness, you are going to receive the consequence. So it really doesn't matter. If you have performed an action of selfishness, you cannot do away with love. The reward for love, actions prompted by love, you're going to get. But the consequence or the reward for selfishness, you're certainly going to get. So it's very important for our own selfish interest. Let us increase the actions prompted by love. Let there be more and more actions prompted by love activities in this love box, and slowly diminish this selfishness box. And then if our life is filled with actions prompted by love, if our life is filled with yoga, that means we are taking a step closer towards the source, and we are connected towards the source, and we are exceptionally powerful. You don't need power from outside at all. It's all about tuning in ourselves. So therefore, let's perform yoga. Yoga is taking the right decision, taking the right step, and performing actions out of love. So let's increase this and see the quality of our love developing. So let's learn to use things and love people, and not love things and use people. So let's take the right decision and move ahead in life. Thank you.